all been waiting for. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at fantasy toys. Well, not like model unicorns and plushy dragons, but the more After Dark version. I mean the kind of toys we can't show on YouTube for obvious reasons, which means this video is going to be age-gated for 18 plus viewers only. Sorry youngins, this one is a little too After Dark even for your eyes and ears. In my past videos, I've largely glazed over the sexual side of the fandom, and while that might put some parents at ease, I realize I've left out a part of this fandom that is largely misunderstood. Many furries that engage in the more lewd interests that exist in this fandom often have to hide those interests because of the perceived stigma of being associated with these more After Dark kinks. To combat this, I've decided to begin a series on these more After Dark topics in collaboration with real furries who have these interests to help demystify and hopefully destigmatize these kinks. Because after all, so let's figure out how some do it for a series on this channel. Now, if you've ever perused the back of a Spencer's, you might have seen some interesting implements, often brightly colored, in varying sizes and shape. Many of us first learned about these items from going a bit too far back in the store before we had any business being there, and often pointed at these odd contraptions with a fit of giggles. However, adult pleasure systems have expanded to include a wide range of options spanning color, size, and species. Not really sure what I mean? We're talking about fantasy toys, silicone structures in a league of their own. Before we get too in-depth, let's see who chimed in for this survey. Of the 15 people that responded to my Google form, 87% said that they were very much into fantasy toys, while 13% of you, not so much. Of those who said that they were into fantasy toys, 77% were cis-male, while 15% said they were non-binary, and only 8% were cis-female. So what about these flopping fantasies catches our fandom's eye? What about these scintillating trouser snakes draws our interest? Well, to learn more, we spoke to the fine folks over at Twin Tail Creations to learn a bit more about why some choose dongs of a different degree. So, what would you say are some things someone newer to the fantasy toy genre might want to know when checking out Twin Tail Creations or other retailers for the first time?
The first thing you need to know about TTC products is that they're a body-safe option in an ocean of toxic adult toys that flood the market. While platinum cure silicone toys seem pricey at first, they're absolutely worth the investment for a number of reasons. They're non-reactive with body chemistry, non-allergenic, easy to clean and sterilize, non-porous, and extremely durable. Stripe.
What are some good starting safety tips for beginners and those newer to Twin Tail Creations? Products similar and, other fantasy toys in market.
When starting with any toy, make sure you're prepared for playtime. Find out which lube works for you. Consider using fingers or smaller toys for warm-up, and take your time. To avoid discomfort or injury, always take it slow. Allow yourself to relax, and don't try to force yourself on a bigger toy than your body will currently work with. Especially the fantasy toy market tends to offer toys that are significantly larger than the mainstream market, so be careful to not accidentally order a toy that's too large for you. Mini and maybe small toys could be considered beginner-friendly, but researching before you buy will help you stay in control. Before you buy any toy, inspect and consider the toy's design and features. If it's insertable, it should have a wider base to prevent losing the toy inside yourself and save you from an embarrassing trip to the ER. Similarly, look for toys without very sudden changes in texture or girth, or shapes that can pinch or stab your insides. Safety is sexy, particularly because you don't have to worry about eventualities. You can dedicate your full attention to self-indulgence. A good idea is to get a tapered toy with slowly increasing girth early on, to allow a beginner not only to warm up, but also estimate what size they're comfortable with in other toys. Examples here of are Slick the Tentacle, Hydora the Kidjo, and Mocha the Dragon, which offer some of the most gentle introductions into the world of body-safe sex toys. Stripe.
What sizes do fantasy toys come in, and where's a good place to start when looking for the right size for a newcomer?
Sizes offered range from mini to XL, with some models spanning the full range, and others just a part of it. Mini sizes are usually designed for beginners, with smalls often requiring a bit of experience and so forth. Firmness-wise, TTC offers range from soft, squishy and easily bendable to medium to firm, more rigid for precision stimulation that won't buckle under pressure. TTC can also custom-make toys and extra soft by special request. As for advantages, it depends vastly on the individual user's body and preferences. Customization allows you to explore and discover what your body is about. There's not necessarily a universally correct answer. So having a wide array of options can help ensure everyone can end up with the toy of their dreams. Stripe.
What are some best practices with Twintail Creations products, specifically when it comes to keeping them clean, storing them properly, and keeping them in good shape?
Our main goal is to give our users access to body-safe versions of toys they might otherwise find in toxic materials such as TPE, TPR, and PVC. TTC keg rings, for instance, are an example of a well-known product, but offered in a high-end material. A key feature of platinum cure silicone, which all TTC insertables are crafted from, is that it's heat-resistant enough to boil. This means it's trivial to completely disinfect the toy after use, or before storage. Similarly, silicone is non-porous, which means only the surface has to be cleaned to avoid the toy harboring bacteria. This significantly reduces risk of infection compared to lesser materials. For regular use, simply washing your toy with soap is more than fine. You can also use foaming toy cleaner or a mild bleach solution. Similarly, silicone toys cannot store in contact with non-silicone toys, as they can be damaged on prolonged contact. If you or your partner have an STD, get your own toys, as sharing toys is not recommended. Stripe.
And one last curious question that I personally was very interested to hear about. Do you offer packers for those who wish to present mail or have an interest in having a visible bulge in public?
We don't currently have dedicated packers, but we're happy to make any of our toys an extra soft, with a concave base for this purpose. Packers may be a product option to consider in our future releases, though. As the lead toy designer, it would be my responsibility to get in touch with the user base interested in packers to make sure we get it right. Users know best what they want and need, so running a constant loop of feedback with focus groups can help create better designs. Stripe.
Special thanks to Stripe and the Twintail Creations team for being super helpful and amazing with this video. While this video wasn't sponsored, I would actively encourage people to check Twintail Creations out and see what you think. Now, on to what our survey responders had to say. Of those we asked, 77% cited that their brand of preference was Bad Dragon, while only 15% cited Primal Hardware, and interestingly, no one brought up Twintail Creations, so maybe more of you should give them a chance. Of the cited reasons for discovery, friends, memes, and Google searches were often cited. In most cases, the use of fantasy toys as the butt of a joke was the most popular, citing BD in different hilarious contexts or making BD the butt of the jokes, and seemed to be the most often cited. So, I guess memes do sometimes influence things like this. It happens. Like past videos, we did give participants a chance to chime in and let us know why they had an interest. So let's look through some of those responses and figure out why some of you guys are so interested.
What about the fantasy toys appeal to you? The features, shapes, feelings, and colors that are not possible in real life. Wider variety than more mainstream toys. Especially for males who are not into anal. They can all be new experiences and feeling versus just a regular toy and same type of thing mostly. Also lets you enjoy your furry fantasies. How did you discover fantasy toys? Because of the meme and great toy maker, Bad Dragon. Many years ago with that on Boaru websites. Started as an inside joke among friends after someone mentioned Bad Dragon. What is your favorite brand of fantasy toys? Bad Dragon, 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 Primal Hardware, Wordog. Are there any terms associated with the fantasy toys you enjoy your average person might not know? If so, what is one? Please only describe one. Not wearables. These are a sort of cover that go around the penis to make it look different from a plain old human dick. If not sure, lol.
Finally, again, even though we are not sponsored, I'd like to personally thank Stripe and everyone at Twintail Creations for giving us a ton of information, and those of you who responded to the survey. Thank you so much. It helps so much on these videos to get your answers, and insights to help us complete the video. So thank you so much and have a really great Valentine's Day. Until our next video, bye!